All right, so as part two, we'll try to get into the Ubuntu box that we have launched. So if you see, there are one running instances, and if I'm going into it, I see the instance state is running and the checks. There are two checks which is gone well. There are public IPs as well as private IPs. Um, so this public DNS is nothing but when you launch a web application, you can access this that public application through this URL. And this IPv4 public IP is to how we are going to connect to our system. We can connect to our system using the file that we have downloaded while creating the instance. So just to show you that here in the previous episode, uh, while um, while creating the instance, see we have read this and we have selected these things, and then um, that got downloaded as pawan underscore key.pem. So I'm going to use that. Before that, I would like to show you something else, that is the security group. So this security group I have you know tied into the instance. So for instance, if we go to the instance here, you see the Pawan security group is tied. So the Pawan security group, if I click here, this group has attached with the key pair, right? And if we go again the security group and click here, there a security group is how you are going to access this application. So if you see the inbound, we can access through this instance using SSH and port 42 32. We can actually configure the source IP address as well, but it is open for all, which is not good. But yes, we can always configure that. Outbound is not set. No, it is set for all traffic. So all port is open, including 80, 3000 or whatever 8080 is open. We'll come to the security group in more detail in the separate episode. But let us um, first try to uh, get into the system. So um, I'm into my machine. If you see who am I, this is me. Okay, and SSH minus I. I'm trying to take a help of this PEM file, that is private key, to get onto this system. The way I'm doing it, just let's see, Ubuntu. So default user is Ubuntu. Um, when we launch Ubuntu instance. For every EMI, if you go to the documentation of that EMI, you'll get to know that okay, what is the first user to get onto the system. After that, we can create as many as system if we want. Um, what IP should I use? It's clearly mentioned here. I'm taking this IP, IPv4 public IP, and if I use this, let's see, yeah, I'm into that system, and here I can create user, configure everything, and then launch our server, and that will be exposed to the URL that is given here. So and on one more thing, let's say right now I'm using this PEM file. What about if I were to um, create my own user? So let's say you are the server administrator and you want to um, dedicate a particular user to their public IP so that they can access to limited access. So in that case, um, we can for example, if you want to, simple cases, if you want to if I want to provide access to some user, I should not be using, I should not be sending this PM file that is kind of administrator file. What I'll do, I'll ask the public key and then I'll go to the server and this authorized keys I'm not going to open for the security reason, but here I can simply paste the public key supplied by the user to new file. I already did that, so let's see if I'm able to SSH using um, without using the private key. So let's wait to load this, and here we go. So this is how we are going to enter and access the instance. This is a Ubuntu box. The next episode, I'll be more focusing on creating a separate user, managing that, and assigning the IP, how we can, create the sudoers. So thanks for watching.